Hi flames, welcome back to my channel. So today we are going to be unlocking a huge portal. We are going to be taking a look at your witch's voice. You'll know if you are ready to watch this video if you are at the end of a major ending in your life and you know you're about to step forwards and unlock some powerful energy. So firstly we have voice 1, voice 2, and then voice 3. You can also pick more than one card. Voice 1. Let's go ahead and unlock your powerful witch's voice. So the first thing that comes around your energy is that you are of transition. You are of still waters, meaning you are someone that is supposed to move through your voice. You are someone that can really help people feel what you're saying. You can move people like oceans, okay? You even have a bit of a deep siren energy here that is unlocking within your voice. You are someone where your presence is enough. Sometimes your voice is actually silent, but it moves. Your voice does not need speech to be unlocked. It needs your openness, your willingness, your permission. Let me tell you that your witch's voice unlocks through permission, through your own permission, of you just saying, this is who I am. Today, I say this. Your word is your command. Your presence is your command. Your silence is your strength. And I feel like your voice has been taken away many times. People have always tried to silence your voice, to silence your energy. But like the ocean, you can't just scoop up the ocean and put it in your back pocket. It's not going to work. So people may throw spears at you. They may try and burn you down. But there is something about your legacy that is born to live on. Let me tell you that. They cannot stop your legacy and growth because you are always supposed to be in a position of power. Because your voice is here to shape the world. Your voice is here to mother others. You could be a mother, you could be a feminine energy, or you could be really tapped into your feminine energy. But you have this nurturing voice. This almost willpower, that's what comes through your voice. It is strength in everything that you've been through. Because unlike other people, they would crumble at the things that you've been through. But you see your voice, it doesn't need to shout. It doesn't need to scream. Although you absolutely can. And when you do, it is powerful. It is tsunami powerful. It is whirlwind powerful. It can collapse entire towers, oceans, and it can create something powerful through your rage, through your anger. But you don't necessarily need that because your nurture, the way that you take care of your voice, it's almost like I see this protective energy over your voice. I don't know if you wear like a pendant, a necklace, something that you don't even realize gets placed over your voice. Maybe you touch your throat, you touch your voice. It's your hands, it's your inner energy. It's almost like your outer persona, maybe even your rising sign is very protective over this emotional energy through your voice because your voice is very nurturing. It's like a woman that needs to be nurtured, but not because she's weak or she needs a man, but because it's almost like universal, like it's like the universe protects this voice because it's that powerful. And you are supposed to sit on a throne. You are supposed to help others. You could be in a very nurturing role. But even if you're not, even if you're someone that feels worlds apart sometimes, like, am I supposed to do anything special? You absolutely are. But your voice does not unlock through other people's energy. It unlocks through your permission. It's when you choose to use it, when you choose to shape your opinion. Your voice is this energy and this nurture within you of a goddess, okay? A goddess that needs to learn to stand on her own 2 feet. When you finally start to take yourself seriously, your voice will unlock in a massive way. Your presence will unlock in a massive way because it's supposed to. But I almost feel like you either have had to grow up a lot, or there is some sort of maturing that has had to happen through life lessons, through relationships. Okay, shells are significant. You hold this gatekeeper energy within you that is very, very powerful. Your voice has the power to navigate. It's supposed to help you transition in this life. So it could involve work around your voice, traveling. It could involve adventure. Ships are very important here for you because you are naturally called to the ocean. And here's the thing, I also feel this repellent energy. Even if you repel water and it's not usually your thing, there is something within you that is about to unlock here around the ocean, and it's about to shape you. It's about to teach you your power of legacy. I see young maiden energy here that is destined to shift into something. But I feel like because you are of the waters, it's giving very much, you need to nurture your journey here. Something had to be nurtured or has been nurtured in the past through life experiences before you can unlock this energy. This is not something that comes just because. This is not something that unlocks just because. This is fated energy. This is, you will step into this role of your voice. It will unlock whether you share your story, whether you are destined to travel for it, whether it's a job where you nurture, where you lead, where you have authority. You are destined for this power, and your power lives in your throat. And you may have had like a really tough upbringing, or something could have been thrust on you. Again, it could be motherhood. So it's like this like unfinished energy here. You know, we are finishing the year of the snake when I'm filming this video. But very important to note, like the year of the snake as a whole shedding is very important around your witch's voice. You're not supposed to do what everyone else wants you to do, okay? There could be this kind of narrative or this role, whether it's around being a witch, being spiritual, that you have to follow certain things because other witches have done it. But I want you to know you're in your own decade for a reason, okay? Look, Neptune, you are of the waters. You are deeply mythological. You are deeply magical. You hold so much mystery in your energy. That is your power, your mystery. You aren't supposed to know everything about your voice at this time. It is supposed to move you the same way it moves other people. Okay? This could also align around Poseidon as well. The waters of home. There is some deeper trauma here that is attached to your journey. This trauma involves growing up too quickly, being abandoned, isolated, having to mature very early on. Like being very smart but treated in a man's world. That's what I get. Even if you are a man watching this, it's like there is something around the systems, the structures that have deeply stopped the ability for you to see who you truly are. And you are cutting out these illusions through your voice. But it's only when your physical energy, your witch energy, moves that you are able to unlock your true voice. It's like a two-part energy. I'm seeing a wheel in my vision turn. So it's like the cogs are turning. You're very ancient in your energy. You're very wise. Okay? Again, wise people, they don't always speak first. They listen. They learn. And this is what you're doing right now. Through your powerful voice, you are learning through your trauma, through navigation. You are learning to steer your own ship for the first time. Some of you had to learn to be a parent first, or you had to learn to parent yourself first. Yeah, the King of Cups really wants to teach you that inner nurture. You are supposed to tell your story in this world, okay? Your story through the things that you've been through, your struggles. Your struggles, wow. The cards literally fell. So there is a lot of struggles that you've held on to. There is a lot of energy that has pulled you away from using your witch's voice. It's almost as if like all these spears have been put in your throat and you've been made to sit with your thoughts. That is this energy. This energy of this wise woman that doesn't speak but is seen. You, for a long time, suffered. You didn't always speak up. You listened to a lot of what was going on. You had no authority. You had no choices. You were made to sit in this energy, whether it be alone, whether it be through mental health, depression, through just like your life. Like, it has not been easy. It's been rough, the waters. And here's the thing, you've always been on water, even if you've been on land. But the waters have been rough. It's been like constant storms, constant inner battles, inner struggles to get to this position that you are in. This position where you are ready to fight, because right now you are ready to shed. You are already shedding all narratives of people, of things that you've been through, lies that you've told yourself, cutting through the illusions that the world has put on you, that has been restricted and restrained around your magic. I'm seeing your hands bound here. So it's like you barely have been able to create anything because they bound you for such a long time. But your voice comes from struggle, and you're about to share your story here. When you are seeing this, you are in the energy of you have just shed, okay? Which is exactly perfect timing for this video. You are about to step into a life where you are listening, you are being patient, you are watching your energy, but you are steering the boat. You are in flow of your waters, okay? You're in charge, Poseidon energy. You roam the waters. And right now you could be releasing a lot of fears that have come from the waters, a lot of backlash from speaking your truth. It's like all that emotional energy that stood between you and your voice, you and your throat, you and your movement. You are literally cutting away that illusion and you are stepping into it. You're moving. You're moving through it. That's the thing. Your energy is emotional here. And I feel like there is this old belief that you needed to have everything figured out before you moved. I also forgot to show you the Six of Cups. So again, your childhood, your trauma, your past relationships, these are all going to help shape what you speak about, what moves through you. But there is this old belief that you had to heal in order to move, which is not the case. It's time to start using your voice and speaking up. Speak your emotions. Channel them. Use them. Shape them. And right now you could even be in between ideas. You are still sort of in between identities, but it's not identities that you are becoming. It's the identity that you are nurturing now. This is who you are. You're getting in touch with your own inner child, or the version of you that was stuck in so much trauma, and you're going to nurture that version of you. So it could be your inner child. It could be your cursed child. I just did a video on that. Go ahead and check it out. It could be the version of you that felt enslaved to everybody else's waters. You have been drowning for a long time, and whatever that energy is, it wants to free you. It wants to help you. It wants to shape you. It wants to show you something new. It wants to show you magic again. This is very Ariel coded, right? But not just Ariel. You know what? I would even say this is Ursula coded. You give very Ursula energy more than Ariel. Ariel may have lost her voice, but you always had your voice. You just never chose to use it. Because of old beliefs, because circumstances weren't possible. But like I said, you're going to nurture your voice. Some of you could even be shifting into some sort of childcare or child energy. Okay, teachers or voice for the youth. It doesn't have to be, but it's even this voice that you are now willing to parent yourself again after so much time of neglect. Your witch's voice frees you, okay, as much as it frees other people. And some of you may not even choose to tell your story. It may be the acceptance of who you are that is enough for you. Because some of you, especially if you have children, it's not so much about I'm ready to leave you behind. It's I've accepted my own inner journey, and now I can continue to nurture you to the best of my ability. But also, your children may even nurture you. Your cursed child is nurturing you right now. She's empowering you. But never think that you're supposed to be silent, because you're not. Okay? And I'm actually going to leave you with the Star card, and the Page of Swords is here. So you're about to fight back. You're about to regain energy over your own flow, over your own wisdom. You're about to unveil yourself. There is something new that is coming in here, okay? New travel, new ideas, new wisdom, new a new voice, okay? It's like this voice is going to feel new. It's going to feel like, wow, I could speak about this. It is so nurturing, and it's going to heal you. But I do feel like there is a balance of what stands in between your voice. What is stopping you from being able to speak your truth? Because no one can stop you. No person, no one can stop you from stepping over this threshold. The energy is yours. I love and appreciate you. Voice 2. All I hear is it's time to clear the old identity. I almost started coughing before I started this video because I needed to clear my voice a little bit. So this tells me your voice has been very exhausted for a long time. It's been very hidden. It's been very misjudged by other people. I'm seeing a crescent moon here dangle from your hands, okay? This is also a light, a torch. I also see like this bag of magic, these bag of runes as well. Runes could be very significant for your witch's voice. But I do feel this cutthroat energy, right? Of your voice is literally saying to you, cut the BS. Like, your voice is exhausted of one, being quiet, but two, of having to take on other people. Your voice wants a pure channel for you. It wants pure expression for you. So maybe in the past, you have always had your identity dimmed. You've had your witch's voice dimmed to the point where you don't even know your true self. And here's the thing. I feel like my voice keeps changing a little bit. It's almost like it can't figure out which channel it's moving through, which doorway. Like, who am I? Your voice is saying, who are you? Take a second. Who are you? Who are you really speaking for? So I don't know if you're trying to tell your story right now, or you're trying to use your voice in some type of work, in some type of ritual, but it's almost as if I'm seeing a mirror that shatters, or a spell that goes completely wrong. And your voice is saying, hang on a second, back up. Who are you? Who are you doing this for? Are you doing it for performance? Are you doing it for recognition? Are you speaking your absolute truth? Is it truly authentic to you? Because let me tell you, you are the high priestess here. This is your knowledge. This is your wisdom. This is your book. This is your spell. Okay? This is your book of shadows. Your book of light. This is your grimoire. Your voice is ancient. It is your grimoire. Okay? It is your soul's essence. Your witch's voice is your craft, ancestrally, religiously. Okay? Down to your spells, your rhythm, the way that you wake up in the morning. It is your essence. your true essence. And I feel like your voice is tired. It's been tired for such a long time. And I feel like for a long time you have been writing for other people. You've been practicing spells. It's almost as if your spell work, okay, this is going into your witchcraft. This is going into your absolute ritual. It's almost as if something became tainted here. And it's partly because you have always been someone else. You've always had to shift through identities. You've never known your true self because you've had to dim yourself for safety, or you've had to put yourself in smaller rooms in case people didn't validate you. And it's like your soul, I see it falling. I see it almost like falling off this cliff's edge, and it's like losing its grip a little bit. And what your witch's voice needs right now is your absolute divine truth, your own authority. It needs isolation. Not to isolate you or to tell you like go into hermit mode, but it needs a second of silence. It needs to breathe again. It needs to release everyone else's structure. I'm seeing words here, okay? So there is a core memory that you may not even unlock just yet, but you're going to, where someone else's words has tainted the way that you move. It could have been in a situation, a conflict. It could be something that was just said, and all of a sudden you're going to remember it and you're going to say, oh yeah, that's why I act the way I do. Your witch's voice, this energy that you see on the card, she's your witch's voice. She's your threshold. She's your crossroads. She's your absolute truth, the person that you cannot lie to. Your witch's voice is an entity of its own accord, let me tell you. And your witch's voice does not want BS. It does not want things for other people. It does not want perfection. It wants raw. Yes, it wants visibility, and yes, it wants to shape into something that truly makes you happy. But don't get it twisted. This energy that you are unlocking through your voice, I want you to know it is archives. It is tomb energy. It is your hidden soul. It is your remembering. It is things that you wrote in a past life, things that shape the way that you speak. Your witch's voice is saying, be careful of the threshold that you cross with it. Not because of danger or because you're not ready, but because you need to be absolutely sure in yourself and your voice. There can be no hesitation, because I'm seeing once you cross this energy, there is no going back. There is no dimming your voice again. There is no, I need a second to understand. Of course, you will always have to understand and learn and shape, but the energy, the soul work that you are walking into almost feels contracted. It almost feels signed. It almost feels like if you are choosing this, you are going all in. And it's not because you're going to be forced to, but it's going to be because your soul is going to be like, this is it. This is where my witch's voice wants to be used. This is the ritual I'm going to be creating. And you know what it is to be a witch? It's not always just the spell work, you know, to do the rituals, to learn new things, to unlock new layers of your craft. Because there are some people that do their craft to just get by and to live and embody, and that's amazing. But there are other witches that are here to do the work, that are here to learn the craft, to read the books, to go out into the woods, to create, to stand up, to use their path for justice, to use their path to balance the scales of the world. There are some witches which we love, we still embody them, we still respect their ways, that are here for the aesthetics, and that's not because they are any less than. It's amazing that that still has purpose, right? To live and be a witch. But this energy for you, your witch's voice, is going to shape rooms. It is going to shake tables. It is going to flip your life over. Yes, for better, but sometimes you know the drill. Sometimes it comes for worse. That doesn't mean that you need to choose the worst path, because your choice now is such a valid thing. But this is intention. This is learning the things that need to be learned. This is pressure to speak up when no one else is speaking. And the threshold is waiting for you. You're already here. You're already at the doorway. You don't need to know everything that comes across this threshold. But your voice is about to be used to shape things, to move things. Even if you don't understand it in the moment, it is going to create and destroy timelines. Your witch's voice comes with purpose. And you may not understand it yet. And if you don't fully understand it, and this is something that you are not ready to move through, but you have chosen this path anyway, it is still your path. You just haven't gotten to this part yet. And some of you, I feel, are going to choose this path anyway. And you're going to watch this full video, and I know some of you are not ready. But this is your path. It may not be fully like this. It may not be absolute in truth. But it is going to shape huge things. This requires soul work. And some of you walk with powerful goddesses, gods, the flame itself. Your witch's voice is born from not only something deep within your own lineage, but comes from a special kind of witch here. It comes from an ancient energy. And there are some of you that may choose this and not understand it, and that is okay. Your witch's voice is still powerful. But the intention of this pile is groundbreaking witch's voice. Okay, let's see. Your witch's voice doesn't need an answer, okay? It doesn't need a plan, it doesn't need a structure. You move simply from threshold energy. You move from timeline, okay? So when it's time, it's time. Look, I almost see the Justice card here in my vision. I almost see her holding scales. Look. Wheel of Fortune energy. This is fated energy. This is energy that shapes, that shines. Your witch's voice is supposed to be heard again because it's going to shape something. It could be your story. What you move through is up to you. But what you move through, the choice is not just made by you. It's made by who you are going to be, okay? Of who you are always supposed to be. This is soul energy. Your witch's voice comes from the solar. It comes from soul. It comes from your inner light, your inner magnetism, your inner healing. You are a healer. You are a gatekeeper. You are someone in a past life that was entrusted with holding sacred files or reading them or creating them. And I almost feel like your witch's voice has traveled as its own soul. So many times I'm hearing, and finally this is the timeline it lands. Because you're going to create something. Your witch's voice is going to create work, legacy, scriptures. I know it sounds very deep to some of you, okay? And, you know, the intention for this pile is going to be people that truly are going to meet this pile. I don't want people watching this pile. That is my intention. That is my own little lock on this energy. That are not supposed to watch this pile. Because not everyone is going to move through this. They can't. It takes someone with big strength. It takes someone who knows themselves fully. You are intimidating at best. You're powerful at your worst, and I say it that way because your power comes from your heart. It comes from your legacy, from your ability to be loyal, to be a warrior. You are a warrior energy, and this is why this is your path, because you're not here to just use your witch's voice to do what everyone else can do. And the journey may feel lonely. It may feel like a lot of pressure at first. It may come with a lot of psychic pressure. You are deeply psychic. You hold legacy in your blood. Your voice has been deeply underestimated by yourself, by others. People may not even know you have this voice. That is how much the universe, this ancient power, has gone to protect you. People don't even know about this. You don't even know the lengths of this yet. Once you cross this threshold though, once you know you're ready to move into soul work, you will move and you'll find out just how powerful it is. You'll see it in real time. So we have the Temperance. This did come out in reverse. It's going to take mastery. Your voice is created through mastery. And you're not going to do it all at once. It's not going to be you step through this threshold and everything is thrust at you. It's divinely fated, right? It's in fortune. It's one every single time you are going to unlock something deeper. May not have a narrow path right now, your witch's voice. What it does mean though is nurturing. It needs sacredness. It needs time to truly connect with itself. If you move against your voice and your soul, you'll feel it. You'll feel exhausted. And maybe recently that's what you've been doing. There is a level of duality here around your witch's voice. I do also see the tower in my vision. So again, it has the power to create and it has the power to destroy. Your voice is going to be used to, not used by others, but used by yourself to rid yourself over trauma that you've carried, of identities that you've taken on, but it's also going to help bring out this solar energy within you, this energy that rises, this energy that crafts, that creates, that alchemizes. I think that you're a bit intimidated by your witch's voice as well, your own true inner voice, because I think that you've always carried this energy, especially maybe this is Leo energy as well, but regardless, strength is Leo, to be validated, to need approval by others. But here's the thing, when you cross this threshold, it is not for other people, it's for yourself. And this is why your soul is going to begin this work from self and not from other people. Because if you start using your witch's voice, unlocking it, crafting what you want to use it for your rituals, it's going to manifest for other people. For the first time, when you start tapping into truly who you are, what your calling is, what you need, you're going to hear it, you're going to feel it. You're going to expand on it. And you're going to notice it in your work, in your rituals. You're going to notice how things manifest quickly, or things just become abundantly clear for you. Your witch's voice holds mystery, power, abundance, wealth. Only you have the power to shape this. Only you can trust your true self with this, because that is what is needed. Mastery, truth. You have one more thing to shed before you cross this doorway. and I'm going to tell you what it is. It's the structure. The structure that was created by other people, that you created to survive other people. It was the movement, the stability. You've told yourself that you need stability, you need things to be either in order or you need to follow everyone else's rules, but this is not the case. You're going to notice that once you strip away the structure of other people and you move solely from your voice, from your soul, from your witchy energy, things are going to move that much quicker. But there is something here in between the essence of you being a witch and everyday life. It's almost as if like you've been a witch in private, but a human in normal forms. And that doesn't mean that you can't be human. It just means that your witch's energy is merging. It's merging with your everyday life. There is no more dimming. There is no more hiding. That doesn't mean that you're going to be cruelly exposed if you practice or you can't have privacy. It just means once you work on this, it's like you're all in. I'm a witch. There is no signing against that, you know. That doesn't mean that you can't leave it or anything, but it just means when your soul chooses this, you're gonna know. Okay, you're gonna know watching this video. You know the last thing that's holding you back. It's this intimidation, it's this approval, it's this need to be perfect for other people, to put on a show, to not trust yourself, to embody someone else, or to do this for someone else. It's shedding as we speak. Once it's gone, your identity is going to feel more loving. It's going to feel kinder. It's going to feel like this is no longer intimidating for me because I know who I am. Again, this is threshold activated. You're going to move and feel through this. That was a bit long, but I love and appreciate you, Pole 2. It was needed. Voice 3. This is your witch's voice. Now, I'm not going to lie, immediately, I feel a sense of being rushed. I feel quickness. But I feel like this is giving deep princess energy, okay? The first thing I feel is Fiona. Fiona that is stuck or sent away because she's not good enough. She's stuck in that tower with a dragon guarding her, being made to be rescued, waiting day in and day out. The second princess that comes up is Cinderella. Again, same energy, stuck in this tower, tangled. You deeply embody this princess energy. You could be a prince, right? Vice versa. I feel you are stuck physically, but also emotionally. Some of you, it's one or the other. But either way, I feel like your witch's voice does not come from speaking up. It does in some senses because you have always been made to be quiet. But for you, you could scream the tower down and no one would hear. You could rage. You could tell everyone the truth, but the only person that you end up fighting is yourself because they don't understand. They don't get it. People are deeply threatened by you, and this is why they keep you locked up. Your witch's voice comes through your senses, your vision, okay? You are visionary. You are a seer. You see before you ever speak up. You know, you have that inner knowing. You know that you've been trapped with gifts for a very long time in a place emotionally, physically that does not serve you. And I feel like you have been waiting for something to rescue you, for things to change. But just like Shrek, when he goes to eventually go and save Fiona, he doesn't rescue her. He doesn't give her the perfect ritual in rescuing her. He tells her to get up. He wakes her, he shakes her, and he says, stop sleeping, get up, we've got to go. And that is exactly your witch's voice. Because the only person that has the power to break your curse is you. You are a curse breaker and you don't even realize it. And yes, partly your witch's voice comes in when you don't choose what other people want, when you make your own choices, when you do speak your own truth. It does not want you to not speak or be small. It wants you to wake up. Your witch's voice is waiting for you to illuminate your own way, because you have been made to feel locked up. You've been made to suffer. You've been made to feel naive, to feel like the daughter, the priestess that has to be hidden away and abused for her gifts. Some of you had a past life where you were a priestess and you were abused for your gifts. You were a channeler. You were an oracle. You don't get to be abused anymore. When are you going to wake up and realize the dragon is here not to keep you from moving forwards, but for you to claim? When are you going to claim your dragon energy? When are you going to burn down the fucking tower? Because it's time for you to emotionally, to physically be free. Some of you it's both, some of you it's one. They want change. Pegasus, you have a deep protector here over you. Your witch's voice is your protector. It's your navigator, but you notice how it's a horse. When I'm filming this, we're about to go into Year of the Fire Horse. So you're about to move and claim this energy. But before you speak it, you need to choose it. And then people are going to feel it before you even speak it. Because you're an embodiment that deserves to move. Some of you could have even had a stutter growing up. Your witch's voice holds balance, okay? It has the power of life and death, of change, of direction, of chaos, of knowledge. You don't use your voice for a reason. That's because it's supposed to be used in balance, in your favor. You have to be very careful with your intentions around your witch's voice, because it has the power to break a curse or to create a curse. And I know a lot of people say, oh, well, you need to be very careful with your words. But for you, you actually do. Because for a long time, you imprisoned yourself by believing their words, by choosing their structures, by choosing to keep yourself locked up. Some of you, the key was always in the door while you were looking out the window. And right now, you are waking up. You are waking up out of this spell. And those who are drawn to Pole 3, you have woken up from this spell. You are waking up. You are clearing your eyes. Some of you have already awoken and you're being drawn to this video because you need to hear it. And I'm putting this intention through this video today. If you are Pearl 3, you are waking up and you are realizing the power that you do hold. It is time to stop being small. It's time to stop keeping yourself in this cycle, this curse, and it's time to finally break it. It's time for you to claim. Some of you are claiming in silence. Others you are claiming through wisdom. See your powerful witch's voice. You hold the power of duality here. Meaning sometimes you speak, sometimes you don't even need to. Sometimes it's what you felt for a very long time. I feel like for you, you're very good at breaking through. But emotionally, the things that have weighed on your heart, the things that have kept you in suffering, that have been hidden. I'm seeing a diary here, or I'm seeing a book. With your feelings, with your words, with your experiences, those dark things, those dark energies that behind the money, behind the role, behind the throne, behind that I claim my power, there is something that still within your heart causes you to break, causes you to feel less than, to avoid, to use money as an escape. Your witch's voice here does not come from false structures. It comes from being real, being honest with yourself. Because only then can you break free. Only when you awaken, you notice how you awaken, and then you move through this big timeline jump. You start to see, you start to speak, you start to have this creative burst. It is because you're real with yourself. And I see this white energy. It could even come through an angel here. That is here to guide this transition. Your witch's voice is supposed to create you wealth. It's supposed to recreate the scales, the balance. Whether you grew up in this poverty, in this castle, the trauma that you endured, that is what's supposed to be spoken here. It could be your story, it could be your legacy, it could be what you choose to do, how you choose to move from this situation. It is the movement that you create that creates you wealth. Some of you could have been abused, and therefore you go on to create something against that very thing. Some of you grew up in poverty, being alone, being made to feel like the maid, like Cinderella, through loss of abundance, loss of a home, loss of your truth. Therefore, what you create, even if it's a family, that balances the scales. That creates legacy. Because you are here to change. This is why the horse comes in. Courage for you, wealth for you is through the courage of change. Because this was your real. This was what you endured. But it's your witch's voice who's brave enough to change direction, to choose a new path, to choose to move through everything in a new way, in truth, in your own truth. It is how you create from what you have endured and been through. And that could be using your voice. But your voice is not just here to speak, it's to create and cast change. Hence, you could speak to yourself and you could say out loud, this is how I felt. And simply saying, I'm done, breaks the curse. And it's only when you realize you're not a cursed individual, you are the one that was strong enough to break the whole curse and the whole chain altogether, that creates change in your life. When you realize that you had the balance of the scales, the balance of wealth, the balance of movement, the balance of will to move through darkness and through light, that you create this wealth, this change within you. Because either way, no matter what you do, no matter what path you take, you are destined to be successful. And not from a materialistic standpoint, but from you are going to do something in this world that changes the whole entire outcome, that changes the game entirely, that shifts timelines. But when you realize you have always had the choice, your witch's voice doesn't want a big speech. She wants choice, permission. She wants you to say, yes, I break this curse. No, I don't choose you anymore. She doesn't want you to run from this girl in the tower. She wants you to walk with her, embrace her, because your witch's voice is this girl in the tower. She is the girl that was burned, that was chained. But she's also the one that can free. And that's what they never wanted you to know. They never wanted you to know that you are able to change. Because you would stand all seasons like a tree. Trees stand within all seasons. They lose their leaves. They die. They uproot. But the roots and the seeds, they carry on. Some of you an oak tree. Your legacy can always be created, and even when you lose your original tree, you have the power to create another one, to choose another one. That is your wealth. That is your witch's voice. Your witch's voice is the power of you, the power of what you've been through. It's time to acknowledge that. It's time to use that. It's time to own that, to claim that, because you're finally awake. I love and appreciate you, Pearl 3. I will see you in the next one.